Cardano must be one of the most thoroughly examined digital forms of money out there. The market capitalization of Cardano is as of now at more than $16 billion. The organization's local token, ADA, has additionally been filling in prominence because of its developing use cases. As of late, the organization declared that it has added another element to its blockchain that makes it simpler to perform exchanges. 2025. Assuming the organization carries out an open democratic framework by 2025, it could influence the cost of the altcoin. This could make it lose a portion of its dealers. Notwithstanding, over the long haul, the cost might in any case stretch around $2.61. On the off chance that Cardano can effectively carry out different undertakings and drives, the cost of the digital currency could arrive at a limit of $3.49 by 2025. 2030 specialists at a main monetary firm foresee that the cost of Cardano could arrive at a limit of $5.84 in 2030. They additionally accept that the altcoin will keep on developing. ADA Value Investigation. The above ADA cost examination outline is set to a day-to-day time period. Towards 2018 Q4, ADA moved in a falling wedge design areas of strength for with energy. 2019 opened with a combination that went on for around 90 days prior to breaking out of the scope of 4 cents 5 cents. After it broke out of the reach, the cost moved around 85% into the 10 cents potential gain cost. The new high took out the last huge high, recommending that the negative pattern was finished, and the market is presently bullish. Conjunction with the moving midpoints pointers portraying a brilliant cross likewise proposed there may be an adjustment of pattern. Q1 and Q2 2028 as 10 cents high solidification proceeded and made liquidity on the lookout. This liquidity supported the sell that moved and broke the market construction to the drawback, hitting an ATL of 1 cent. Before the sell broke, while it was energizing down, it made responses at the all-around stamped union zone on NOV 2018, which went about as a help, driving the cost further down to 3 cents. ADA then, at that point, tracked down help at 3 cents and pushed the value back to 7 cents at a stockpile zone made on July 13. This supply offset the interest on the lookout and supported the sell drop down to 1 cent. The market made this record-breaking low on WAC 2020 and made a solid attempt to purchase, however got opposed for a couple of days, yet at long last made a help zone, presently going about as an obstruction zone. This opposition zone denoted the finish of Q1 for 2020. In the early long stretches of April, the cost broke out of the obstruction, retested the zone as a help, held the help. These further drove ADA by 55% to the 5 cents potential gain value. A similar zone made since NOV 2019. This zone has gotten the cost to regard it whenever it passes this zone, as is regular. The ADA cost united for a couple of days at this zone, offered a little to the disadvantage to assemble request strength at the 4 cents request zone, which worked and pushed the cost 55% into the potential gain at the 8 cents minus 0.09 zone, and relieved the last high, showing a bullish pattern affirmation. The market is simply resting to accumulate more interest solidarity to proceed with its transition to the potential gain. And it did in the wake of retesting 0.070 IPA with a long wick. The bull banner finished the Q2 of 2020, which is a decent sign that the cost would be bullish for the following quarter. Q3 and Q4 2020 to 2021 Q2, which finished with a bull banner, supported a 51.7% increment, driving the cost to 13 cents. Once more, the cost merged as a bull banner, taking a 21.44% action and leaped to 15 cents. With the above portrayed pattern, ADA valued 755% in a half year from an ATL. Presently, the inquiry is if the purchase would proceed, or the bear season is going to begin. The RSI, which is at present exchanging around 72 and 75, making an opposition, demonstrated that the market is overbought. Thus sells could before long make progress, which it did before the cost found help at a bull banner zone, driving the cost to 29 cents on January 1, 2021, in the wake of breaking every single past high. Q1 and Q2 2021. The year began with a 3-day solidification that drove ADA's most memorable, most stretched out purchase to nearly $5 on February 27, 2021. After hitting this ADA framed a channel-like solidification, leaving trendline liquidity with a projection that cost would get back to relieve the liquidity and proceed with the purchase from a request stream zone. 2021 Q2 began with a breakout from the channel-like combination, driving the cost to hit around $2.45. However, the cost experienced a strong bullish dismissal after making this introduction, returning the cost to the purchase zone. The zone shaped a help that kept and kicked the cost down up to $1.85. At $1.85, it got opposed back to the purchase zone that sent it and couldn't get through the zone once more, further affirming that purchase zone is major areas of strength for it. The repurchase zone again sent the cost to the safe zone, which tried 2 times and opposed the value back to the help. The help got tried 2 times once more prior to supporting the most expanded purchase in ADA history. These help and obstruction zones were the most grounded up to this point, as the opposition zone and backing zone were tried 3 and multiple times, separately, prior to breaking out in Q3, after ADA's cost destitute out of the long-held obstruction zone, leaving a behind zone that the market would later revisitation of retest. ADA hit a $3.10 new ATH on September 2nd. From that point forward, the cost has been keeping a negative design, as it previously came to test a legitimate request block zone since it took out liquidity 2 times, after which a controlling stockpile zone was made still solid to date. This supply zone has been tried multiple times, making areas of strength for a zone with a relating support zone underneath spurred from a past interest zone, after it was tried 2 times. This help zone couldn't hold the sell that came its direction as the cost broke further to the drawback to the 1.19 cost zone. Q1 divided by Q2 2022 out of 2022. The normal cost of ADA was lower than its base during the pinnacle of the market in 2021. The bear market that happened following the November 2021 market blast has impacted Cardano more than other top digital currencies. Regardless of the negative market patterns, Cardano is as yet expected to develop. Despite the fact that its exchanging volume has diminished, it actually has major areas of strength for it. 3 passages on Cardano is a layered brilliant agreement strong decentralized blockchain network that means to further develop Bitcoin's POW versatility, interoperability, and supportability with its Ouroboros POS convention. The blockchain is made out of 2 layers, the Cardano settlement layer and the Cardano computational layer. The previous permits distributed exchanges to occur inside the organization. The last option, then again, goes about as an extension between the brilliant agreements and the CSL. Not at all like the conventional POS calculation, Cardano utilizes a mind-boggling rendition of the POS called the Ouroboros POS. Dissimilar to the traditional POS, the Ouroboros framework makes time lots called ages. Every age has a space chief who will perform block creation. This technique lessens blockage and increment the productivity of the organization. What elements influence Cardano's cost? In the quick-moving universe of Cardano, exchanging time hangs tight for no man. This blockchain computerized resource has caused disturbances throughout the long term in the monetary market news because of its high development speed. While some are as yet contemplating the basics and authenticity of this cash, right now is an ideal opportunity to purchase the cryptographic money coins as monetary expectations are showing cost expansions in ADA. Other cryptographic forms of money can likewise influence the cost of Cardano. The transient vacillations of the money are for the most part impacted by the feelings of its dealers. On account of Cardano, the cost will be affected by the premium of its possible purchasers. Whales can likewise control the cost of a coin. On the off chance that a lot of ADA tokens are held, this will expand the interest for the coin, which will make the cost increment. While in the long haul, the cost has fundamentally impacted the Technologica. It is essential to dissect the presentation of various digital currencies